What's going on, Yu-Gi-Oh players? My name is Logan here with Tabor Academy of Duelists. My buddy Mike here on the channel asked me to feature my ABC deck profile for you guys that I've been playing for the last few weeks. Very simple, pretty standard list. I hope you guys enjoy. Jumping right into it, we have 3A Assault Core, B Buster Drake, and C Crush Wyvern. We play a maxed out count because I play Pot of Desires in this deck, never really want to banish pieces. And there's also different combos when you're going second that require you to have a piece and a union hanger, so I figured I might as well max out on these. Also, all these pieces are relevant because their stats have at least one stat that is larger than Trickstar Candina, and if a Trickstar monster can't get over your monsters, they can't play the game. Moving on to the extenders that I play in this deck. Play 3 Gold Gadget and 2 Silver Gadget. These cards are really good. If you're going first, these allow you to make a first turn buster, and I'll go over that a little bit in a combo video towards the end. But overall, they're really good. Extra floaters for the deck, and they do their job very well. Moving on to another engine that I play 2 Symphonic Warrior Guitar, 1 Symphonic Warrior Mics, and 1 Symphonic Warrior Synthesis. So what these cards do is pretty cool. Symphonic Guitar lets you discard a card to special summon 1 Symphonic monster from your deck, and when it's in the Pendulum Scale. And then Symphonic Warrior Mics, when it's on the board, if you special summon it, after you normal or special summon it, you can gain an additional normal summon for that turn. So it's really good for allowing you to extend through and make a buster with only 2 cards. And then the last card is a Symphonic Warrior Synthesis, and this card is only in the deck just in case you draw the Symphonic Warrior Mics, because then you can pitch Mics for the cost of Guitar and summon out Synthesis, and Synthesis will copy the effect of Mics, allowing you to still get that additional normal summon. Moving on, for my only hand traps that I play in this deck, because it's kind of more of a budget profile, play 3 Psyframe Gear Gamma. There's a lot of hand traps flying around that we really just want to stop, and because this deck has so many powerful spells that activate that your opponent's going to want to stop, Gamma comes in really clutch. You can either make an Omega if you wanted to play it in your extra deck, or just use it to link climb to help you make Buster easier. But overall, really fantastic card. Continuing on to my spell lineup, I play 3 Pot of Desires. This card's really great for the deck. Sometimes you struggle with hand size and you really just want to draw into your traps, so that way you can set up a Buster and then back it up. And sometimes you really just need to draw into your combo pieces because ABC can be an inherently bricky deck, so this just adds a nice layer of consistency to it. Moving on, have 3 Union Hanger, 3 Terraforming. Nothing too much needs to be said here. One of the best field spells in the game. Gives you a solid +1 every turn. Continuing on, I play 3 Called by the Grave. Continuing with the theme of anti-hand traps to go with Gamma, I think this card is really good at helping you force your playthroughs. This deck can be stopped pretty easily by hand traps, and when it does, it really sucks. So you just have these to push through. And then for the last spell, 1 Raigeki. This deck is built to either go first or second. As you'll see with the trap cards that I play, they're cards that are really fine to see going first or second. You can set them into open boards and help you clear them. And so going with that, Raigeki is really good. This can really be placed for anything. It can also be just replaced for an upstart, but I felt like I didn't have enough removal in the deck, so I opted for the 1 Raigeki. And moving on to the traps, play 3 TT, 3 Strike, and 1 Judgment. Cards are great. Set Torrential Tribute into any back row, or if you set these 2 into any established board, it's pretty easy to out. And then all of these cards do a lot on their own, and Torrential Tribute's really good because you can use it going first, going second, and these are just some of the best traps in the game to stop your opponent from going off. So that's what I decided to play. Moving on to the extra deck, of course, play 3 Buster Dragon. Heart and soul of the deck. This card's amazing. Once you establish 1 Buster, really it's super easy to snowball into winning the game, assuming this doesn't get called by the grave. So overall, really strong card for a really strong deck. Moving on to the links, play 1 Clara and Rushka. This card allows you to go second and still make Buster Dragon. I'll go over the combo with this card in a later part of the video. And then moving on, our Link 2s, Underclock Tinker and Cleave Genius. Both of these cards allow you to ladder up in your link plays, and they give you different variants in what you can make. That way, if you only have machines, Genius is a little better for the arrows, and if you have other cards, you just make Underclock Taker. Moving on, Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Cerberus. Both of these cards are just amazing removal cards. Really can be played in any deck, and ABC makes very good advantage of them because of being able to C-loop multiple cards in a turn to make tons of link plays. And then to round it out, I play one Decode Talker, one Nightmare Griffin. I think both of these cards are good. I think this can be replaced with any solid link 4. I like the Nightmare Griffin, mostly because it's what I own. But it can also reset power traps late in the game to stop your opponent from getting back into it. Realistically, if you have a Boar Load, this can also just be a Boar Load. And then I think Decode Talker is just a really solid link 3 that you can play. And then the last card is a Summon Sorceress. If you have this, it's cool. If you don't, you can play a card like an Omega or a different link 3. Nightmare Unicorn is also a very good card. This card is cool because with Buster Dragon underneath it, you can summon a piece from grave or from deck and then equip that piece to your Buster Dragon so that it can be protected against something. Like if you're playing against a trap heavy deck, you can equip your C to your Buster Dragon. That way you can feel unafraid about pushing through and you can just start doing clearing their stuff pretty easily before having to use Buster's effect. And then moving on to the Xyz monsters that I play one Gear Gigan X. This is a necessary part of the combo with your Symphonic Warrior engine. You make a rank 4, search one of these, get an additional normal summon. I'll go over that more a little bit later. And then a Tornado Dragon and the Utopia package. Really, this can be any other card, any other removal card. I like Tornado Dragon simply because I was a little lacking on the extra deck cards that I personally owned, and I felt like this was just a solid choice against back row decks. Unlike Nightmare Phoenix, you don't have to discard cards to pop its effect, and it's a quick play. So it's pretty good against any either trap-heavy deck or a deck that relies on field spells. And the Utopia package, just for clearing anything that Buster can't. Really solid card, and one of the only outs to Borlo Dragon in this deck. That's why I felt it was necessary to play. So that was it for the main deck and the extra deck. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. My name is Logan. I have my own channel, crossworldTCG. Check us out if you're into the Dragon Ball Super card game. We post daily content for your viewing pleasure. And hopefully I'll be able to profile some other cool stuff that I make on my buddy Mike's channel again. And make sure to subscribe and stick around for more future content from Tabor Academy of Duelists.